Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays. Thank you for coming back and watching my channel. Today I'm going to do something slightly different with my content. I'm going to show off some documentaries by one of my all-time favorite documentarians, Ken Burns, who pretty much works, independently, but he works with PBS a lot, and he's made all kinds of historical content over the years. And recently, I did a Wikipedia check on him and stuff, and realized that, man, he went back to deep into the '80s, early '80s, I think, maybe later than that, making films and stuff, working together. And he has a brother, Rick Burns, that kind of works with him, and he's also kind of independent. But I'm just going to say this is the Ken Burns documentary. Now, I don't have a lot of films by Ken Burns. I mean, I've seen a lot of his films, and I've missed a lot of his films. Tracking them down on home media, on DVD and Blu-ray, can be pricey. Just locating them and getting them in good shape. So today I'm just going to spotlight two major documentary series that he did. Later on, if I get some more films, I will show those. But as you know, if you've ever seen any of Ken Burns or Rick Burns' work, they're usually 10-part, 12-part series. So we're talking 12-hour documentaries and stuff. So it pretty much will fill, any viewing time for a week and stuff. First one I want to show is a documentary that I've seen over the years. I don't remember if I watched it when it first came out. I do remember when it first came out. 89, 90, something like that. And was just captivated by it because he uses so many of Matthew Brady's photographs. I could look at those photographs for weeks, man. I love photography. I love history through the lens and how it's captured the country since the camera has been invented. Matthew Brady did a lot of Civil War photographs, capturing what war really looked like. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the gruesome, even at times. And it kind of showed America for the first time what war really looked like to the average American. So you might know that I'm talking about the Civil War. This is a great movie, or documentary. It's a movie. This came out, gosh, I want to say, let's just say it came out in 1990. So it's 30 years. And I've had this copy for a while. It's kind of beat up. But I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. I mean, I think it's a 10-part. I believe. I'll count here in a second, but it takes some time to watch this, maybe a couple nights and stuff. But I just want to kind of talk about this one. It's just fascinating. I mean, I love history. I'm by no means a history expert or anything, but I love American history, and I love, I guess, the humanities. History of peoples and continents and stuff like that, and I'm really fascinated by that. I mean, I'm someone who, if I came to your house and you had your family photo album, in reach, I would probably grab it and start looking at it because I'm fascinated by people and history and their life and things that's happened to them and stuff. And I think you get that sense of when you watch a Ken Burns movie or a documentary film, because you get a sense of the people and who they were, and without knowing a lot of their family life and stuff. So let me open this up. It's a slip case. This is PBS video. It's a slip case. And it's kind of interesting. It opens up. It's got some different artwork here, and it's kind of like a little plastic clamshell type clicky thing. I first saw this on the Dracula and Frankenstein collections that came out in I believe 2004, 2005, where they had these like plastic snappy things. I mean, they keep the discs secure and everything. But let me see here. Disc 4. And what's cool, I've never seen one like this, but it opens up and it's got a little mystery one hidden here. This has got episode 5, dealing with Lincoln and stuff. So I guess, how many episodes was this? And it's full of special features. It has a lot. I think this is missing something. I think it's missing a booklet. But yeah, it's full of special features. Oh, it's only 5 discs. Each disc has 2 parts, so there is 10 parts. I think 9 parts. It's a 9-part special plus a disc, I think, of a lot of special features. Anyways, yes, it came out in 1990. It's approximately 11 hours. Originally came out on PBS, your local PBS stations. This is PBS and Paramount teamed up to release this. It's in 5.1 surround sound, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, covering the Civil War, no matter where you live in the country, you know, if you were living in the early 1860s and some part of war, you know, back then would have concerned your life somehow, because somebody would have known, or many people would have been involved in the war, you know, either the North or South, and you know, however, I'm gonna stay out of it politically. I'm not gonna say anything who was right, who was wrong, who lost, who won. I'm not gonna say anything about that. What I want to focus on is the people, North and South, and you know, the generals, the captains, the equipment, the rifles, the women, the innocent civilians who helped out with medical care and different stuff like that. It really goes into a lot of stuff and kind of gives you a big picture of what it was like back then. And it's fascinating to me, and I've seen this a lot. I've probably sat through it all the way about 5 times. I think I started watching it a couple times and didn't finish it, so I've seen it about 5 times in 30 years. So, but it's very memorable. Like I said, I really love Matthew Brady's photographs. I believe he was using tint types. I think they were like photos put on glass, I believe. I should know this, because my last name is French. In France, they had the early photographic effect of the daguerreotype, or daguerreotype, however you pronounce that. Because I pronounce my name Dag, and you might say Dag or Dag, so it could have been a daguerreotype, daguerre. So anyways, so it's kind of like I'm fascinated even with my name. It's kind of part of early photography, you know, in Europe, and it's interesting, you know, that I could possibly be related to that person or something, but you know, who knows. But you know, that gives you an idea of, you know, history, the thought that goes, you know, that I think about and stuff. So it's really cool. I mean, you know, some people, history bores them to death, and I guess it begins in school. History will either fascinate you and you'll be a lifelong history buff kind of thing, or you will hate history. You know, and there's people that want to rewrite history, and there's people that want to do this and do that and stuff. And I just want to look at the portrait in time, you know, not say that it was good or bad, or we should change stuff, or it should have never been this way. I just want to view it for a minute. I want to observe life through photographs and, you know, and film and everything, and it's fascinating. It's entertaining to me. I notice on here there's commentary by Ken Burns, and there's some other conversation pieces. So this is really packed full of stuff on here. And just I am a history nut, and which will explain the next one, which is a huge, huge undertaking. This, I believe, is this was directed by Rick Burns, Ken Burns' brother, and I think Ken worked with him on some of this. But this one is just simply called New York, and it is the history of New York from the beginning of it being discovered, by the English, and talks about the Indians and the different, how they built the city up and all the different changes all the way up into the 20th century. And it's fascinating. It's huge. I mean, it's got a lot of extra stuff on here. There's interviews with the directors. There's famous people. Even Donald Trump is interviewed on this from way back when. I believe this came out. It's actually 17 and a half hours long. So this was a major getting through watching it. It's full screen and widescreen. It's in stereo. When did this come out exactly? Looks like it came out originally 1999 was when it came out, or 2003 was when it was released to PBS television. This came out on video in 2010. So the case is kind of beat up because all it is a it's a cardboard slip case, and then you got all of these little slim cases crammed in there, so it can get beat up a little bit. But I'll just quickly go through some of these. It's like this is episode 1. It's like the country and the city. It kind of goes back to the first people to come. This is episode 3, talking about like the bridges and different stuff. There's one part that I watched where they were designing the subway and like Grand Central Station and all that, and what a huge, huge undertaking that was at the time. And it's fascinating to see what men used as tools back then to create these wonders of art and architecture marvels that they built with limited technology that they had back 100 years ago, 200 years ago, and so on. This one is like maybe talking about the Statue of Liberty and some of the stuff like that. What's cool is there's like one about the people. There's people, all the different people. The melting pot of New York, and some of the historical things. This is talking about like being the city of tomorrow. This was episode 6. Episode 7, it's kind of like covering the newspapers and different stuff. I'm just briefly kind of sketching over, because each one of these episodes are just so full of just information. It just goes, hour-long episodes. I mean, this one's pretty cool. It's talking about the the Twin Towers there, and talking about the because this was post 9/11. So this, I think, came out in 2003. Of course, 2001, the attack on the towers. See, this was episode 2 here, talking about Grant. I think that's Walt Whitman, I believe. Yeah, Walt Whitman. It's kind of fascinating when I think it's in that episode where they talk about the design of Central Park, and Central Park is huge. I've never been there, but it's huge, and it was originally designed for the people there. It wasn't going to be for the rich or the wealthy or the poor. It was for everyone. So it was supposed to bring all the different people together, and stuff. And then it shows how it kind of changed over the years, and how in the 70s there was some crime. And it's fascinating. It really is. I mean, you don't have to be a New Yorker to love this documentary. It's absolutely fascinating. You know, what grabs me is even this black and white photograph of you know, men working on a skyscraper, you know, eating their lunch on a steel beam, you know. And then, you know, this one, just a woman sitting on a, you know, taking a photograph, you know, the brave people working to build America. You know, it's fascinating. I mean, I love America. I mean, there's things wrong with America, of course. You know, don't want to get political, but I love America. There's so much to be seen in America, and there's so much marvel and stuff. I guess it makes me feel like a human to see the big, marvelous things that's been built, because I know that I'm a little tiny person in a huge universe. So it just really showing, you know, showing America and showing some of this stuff. So these were two really good documentaries. PBS. I'm a PBS nerd. I like a lot of stuff on PBS. But yeah, these are two huge documentaries by two brothers. Civil War in New York by Ken and Rick Burns. And man, what can I say about Ken Burns? He's made so many good documentaries. I mean, he's done one on it's just called The War, which is about, you know, World War II. He did one on Vietnam. He's done one on the Revolutionary War. He's done some on presidents. There's one on Thomas Jefferson that I'm interested in to see. Me and Thomas Jefferson actually share a birthday, April 13th. So he's always kind of stuck in my head because we share the same birthday. But, you know, there's so much to him as a person and a statesman, and, you know, the secrets and different things, and, you know, stuff that makes him. And, you know, to me that's fascinating. And I don't mind spending a couple hours, or 12, or 17, learning about history and stuff. I really enjoy it. But yeah, Ken Burns has done a lot of cool documentaries, a lot of cool stuff. And as a collector, it's really cool because I know they're out there, and I can, you know, get them one at a time and watch them and collect them over the years. So, you know, I'm going to have a lifetime of enjoyment just out of these historical documentaries, because, you know, I can enjoy them and stuff. And a lot of them are on Netflix too. I realized, I think the Civil War was on there. I think that was one of the times I caught half of it, because I was watching some of it before bed, and, you know, I didn't finish all of it. But, you know, but I think, I'm not sure about Amazon Prime, but I'm pretty sure Netflix has a lot. They had the war on there and stuff. But yeah, he's done a lot of cool stuff. There's one like on the Old West, you know, talking about the frontiersmen and who would make their way out Old West. It just fascinates me. You know, I really love the Old West and some of that mystique about that. And it's really cool. So I just thought I would share that today. Something different. Kind of let you know who I am and what I enjoy and what fascinates me as a collector. So, yeah, these are both on DVD. Some of the newer ones are coming back out in Blu-ray. I believe Ken Burns' newest one he did was the one over the country music genre, and that's on Blu-ray and stuff. I want to see that one too. I want to see a lot of different ones. So yeah, they're easy to find. You just gotta kind of look for them and watch out Netflix and stuff. And catch them. I think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, good times. If you like this episode and you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I release a new episode, and they will notify you that Dag Films, Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection, has a new video and you should watch it. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you have any comments about Ken Burns or his whole his portfolio, if you will, of creations of history, documentation, then let me know about it. I would love to comment with you. And until next time, guys, watch a good movie and stay safe out there. Please stay safe. And I will see you in another episode later on.